Hey everybody, so today we're gonna do the notes via a video. That way you can go at your own pace. So I'm going to talk through things, and if you need to stop it for a minute, do that. If you want to go fast, it's totally cool, but make sure that all of the things that you put into your notes are correct, because we always want to have good notes. So I printed this off for you because we're really looking at word problems today, and it's just so much easier if you have the actual words pre-typed for you. So the essential question of the day is, how do I write an equation for a word problem? Look at that typo on there, sorry, and I already printed it. But anyway, let's see. So we're gonna start with Fred. Fred has a target heart rate, and his target heart rate is 130 beats per minute. This is 48 beats per minute more than his resting heart rate. Write an equation and find his resting heart rate. So a couple things as I look through there. Always read the full problem first. Sometimes y'all just like see some numbers and you start doing things with them. You actually have to read the problem. So I'm going to go through and figure out, all right, what is important. This might be overdoing it a little bit, but just to make sure we're having a good thought process. Fred's target heart rate is 130 beats per minute. This is 58 beats more than his resting heart rate. Write an equation. Now here's the thing. What I would expect most of you to do is just be like, hey, I can just subtract, it's all good. Yes, but today we're writing an equation, and now that you're in 7th grade, your equations have to have your variable on one side and the answer on the other. So Fred's target heart rate is 130 beats per minute. This is 58 beats more. So what it all equals to is means equal to. So right here, I'm going to set everything equal to 130. So everything's equal to 132. Then I see this is 58 beats more than his resting heart rate. I'm going to pick a letter for resting heart rate, and I'm just going to say that's R. It's got to be on the opposite side as the answer. So there we go. My resting heartbeat, it is 58 beats more. So this is his resting plus 58. Another way to think about it is, hey, I know that I would subtract to find the answer, so in my equation, I'm going to have adding because that's the inverse. So from here, now we've got to solve it. So I draw my line down. How do you undo that? You subtract 58 from both sides. You might have this done quicker than me, so just make sure that you check your answer, you get it right. So what is his resting heart rate? This simplifies out, so I've got my resting down here equals, you've got it, so 1272. And then because it is a word problem, we've got to have beats per minute. So make sure that you are doing a good job of labeling. So again, we've got to have the variable on one side, the what it is equal to on the other. Now at this point in time, you might look at it and say, yeah, but why do I have to go through all that work? Because we are setting good foundations. Just as with sports, you don't start with a round off back handspring, you start with a cartwheel. So we're just making sure that we have good background habits. All right, this one. Your friend's DVR cost $328 less than her TV. Her DVR cost $179, so how much did her TV cost? All right, what we know is that the DVR was $328 less than her TV. So let's come up with a letter for the TV. T. Excellent. Then the DVR cost $328 less than that. So you take the T minus 328. If you want to use a different letter, totally cool. If they tell you what to use, use it. Otherwise, pick your own. Then you know that her DVR total cost is $179. There you go. So you've got an equation. Notice that the variable is on one side, answer is on the other. Then I look, it's minus. How do I undo minus? Got it. You add 328, and you write that down on both sides because, again, we're forming good habits. And my goal is to make you fabulous equation solvers. Okay, so these simplify out. So I'm left with my TV costs. 7, carry the 1. $507. Am I right? Check my work. I think I'm right, but you're not really here to tell me yes or no. All right, so there we've got an addition one, we've got a subtraction one. Let's go over to the next slide. The United States population in 2005 was twice the population in 1949. Find the 1949 population in millions. Oh my word, they didn't give me the numbers. Yes, they did. When there's a picture, it's crazy. You have to like look at it. So 2005, here it is. In 2005, there were 296 million. Now, when I'm doing this, do I have to use all those zeros? I don't. I can just use the 296 and label it million. So the United States population in 2005 was twice. So what's my important word in there? Twice. What does twice mean? Yeah, so we've got 2 times something. I'm going to go P for population. So 2 times the population in 1949 was, which is just the past tense of is, so equals whatever this is, 296. So when you write your equation, again, the variable is on one side, answer on the other. How do I go about solving this? I undo that multiplication by dividing. So divide by 2. So my population in 1949 was, let's see, 2 goes into 2 one time. Goes into 9 4 times with 1 left over, so 16, 8. So half of 296 is 148. Does that make sense? 2 times 148 gives me 296. Yep. But it's not just 148 people, it's 148 million. Good. And get in the people. I'm doing this all with my mouse. Hopefully I'll get my smart slate back soon. All right, let's try one more. Cal drove 561 miles. His car averages 33 miles per gallon. Write and solve an equation to find out how much gas Cal's car used. Now, if I were just doing this, if I didn't have to write an equation, I would just say, hey, 561 divided by 33. And that's totally cool. So that tells me, if that's how I solve it, if I solve it by division, what does my equation have to have in it? You got it. I've got 33 times something is going to give me the 561. So I'm going to type this just because it's a little quicker. So I've got 33 times something, it told me G. And that is what equals my 561. All right. So from there, I have to go through and solve that. So I draw my line down. How do I undo times? Good. I divide by 33. And over here, I divide by 33. And then I have to figure out what in the world that answer is. So 33 goes into 56 one time with 23 left. I'm thinking 17 gallons. Am I right? You should check. On a question like this, you could use your calculator to find that. I'm more concerned that you can set up the equation. So G equals 17. So there you go. Your job today is going to be to set up some word problems and solve them. So again, the variable has to be on the opposite side as the answer. You can't have, like this one, it is not okay to have something like 561 divided by 33 equals X. Can't do it. No, not okay. Is that how you find the answer? Yes, but this is not how you write an equation. That's bad. So don't do it that way. Make sure that you have the variable on one side and the answer on the other. So if you need more help as we go through there, just make sure you ask. Fight through it. I will probably have more videos ready to go for you if that is helpful. But now go and work at your own pace.